Hi Amanda, how's it going? Welcome to your personal reading. I hope you're doing great and thank you very much for purchasing. Really appreciate it. So, I want to explain a couple things before we get started. I do have all of the information you submitted here, and I also like to mention to the people that I work with a little bit of a background on how I read tarot. So, with that being said, what I'm going to do with your reading here today is I'm going to be taking a look here into the current situation that you're inquiring about. I'll take a look here at all those questions, and they're all going to be based upon where you're at currently on your current path. Now, that's how I'm going to get your prediction and your outcome. Now, I often like to mention that outcomes are never set in stone, so definitely, don't live by the tarot, but do practice your free will, okay? With that all being said, take whatever guidance you can, and of course, if you ever want to change any outcome that you see here, you're never tied and bound by it. If you change what you're doing on your current path, you will always alter your future. So, without further ado, Amanda, we're going to go ahead over here and begin. Before I start, I do have your timer here. I will start your timer after we go through your information and the reading begins. So let's take a look here into your information. So you said here, taking a look, right? You said, "Hi, Aunt, I love your content and vibe on YouTube." Well, thank you very much. So appreciate that. Taking a look into your situation, you did say you're lifelong friends with somebody with an undercurrent chemistry. So you're wondering if our friendship will develop into a romantic partnership. If so, any idea how long before it would happen? Would it be a long-term relationship? And anything else you can tell me about his feelings towards me or the situation. Amanda Jones, born on the 1st of November, 1972. And for the person you're dealing with, Simon, born on November 10th, 1973. You said, "Thank you, Aunt. You are very welcome." And for sure, let's go ahead over here and begin, and we'll see what information comes up here at this time. So we're going to go ahead now and start the timer, and we shall begin, and we're off. All right, so taking a look here into the very first question, you would like to know, will our friendship develop into a romantic partnership? So will the friendship currently between Amanda and Simon develop into a romantic partnership? Let's see what information comes up here at this moment in time regarding this question. Ooh, that was an interesting shuffle. Will this friendship turn into a romantic partnership between Amanda and Simon? Let's go ahead and take a look and see what information comes on out. Starting out here with the very first card, we do have here the Eight of Swords. So Eight of Swords, you've been thinking about this for a while. I really do think that it's been on your mind. I don't know if it's been on your mind for a couple years, if it's been on your mind since, the moment your friendship here began. But as you mentioned, there's always been this underlying or undercurrent kind of chemistry showing up here between both of you. So, Simon's been on your mind. The situation's been on your mind heavily. Taking a look if it's turning into something romantic. Page of Swords, it's an unspoken chemistry. Let's talk about that for a second, because the two of you may not speak about it, but the two of you certainly feel it, right? Page of Swords is that mutual energy showing up here for you. So I definitely believe in terms of Simon as well. Simon kind of feels this chemistry. We do have the Five of Cups. I think there's a certain level of disappointment. And when I see this disappointment, clarify the Five of Cups. What is this disappointment about? And we have here the Queen of Wands. I think that, if it's not you, it could be Simon, it could be both of you. But the disappointment here is that we started off as friends. We didn't start off as lovers. And, maybe things would have felt different if we started off as lovers, because maybe it would be less weird since we're so adjusted and used to being friends. Maybe it would have felt more natural, right? Because moving from a friendship into a romantic partnership sometimes, although not impossible, sometimes it can be a little tricky, because most people are very fearful of, all right, well, if we become romantic partners, if that doesn't work out, are we going to ruin our friendship, right? So a lot of people get really freaked out about that retrospect. And I think that coming from this position right now with the Queen of Wands, granted there's passion, granted not only are you attracted to Simon, Simon is definitely attracted to you. It's like, in terms of being in love, would we work? That seems to be the question here, right? And it is the question of the hour. So, looking at this vibe here so far, I definitely feel that not only do you think about it pretty often, but I think Simon thinks about it too, because he definitely feels the feeling, right? It's unspoken between both of you, but you feel it, Simon feels it, and that is that chemistry that's flowing between you both. So I think that as of right now, there is a little bit of sadness coming from Simon's perspective, because he wonders, like, maybe things would have been so different if we started out as lovers, right? Taking a look here further, Nine of Swords, I definitely see lots of concern on his end, all right? Lots of worry, lots of fears. What happens if we break up? Would we still be together? Would we be happy? Would we still be friends? That I think is the main concern coming from Simon's point of view. All right, but let's go ahead and see and just answer the question here before I go deeper in details. Will this turn into a Okay. Will this turn into a romantic relationship? Okay. All right. We got here a Two of Cups flying on out of my deck here for you, Amanda. As we know, Two of Cups here is romantic relationship and romantic connection. So we're going to see how we're going to get there in just a sec. But yeah, I mean, looking at this right now, this does show that, yeah, this can definitely turn into a romantic relationship, and it looks like it's going down that route nonetheless. So let's go ahead and see how we get there. How do we get to the Two of Cups between Simon and Amanda? You know, what ends up happening here that transforms their friendship into a romantic partnership? First card out, Five of Wands. What an interesting way to start. So Five of Wands here, frustration, okay? Could be a potential fight or disagreement or argument. And it's almost like the argument I'm getting intuitively is like the two of you are like nitpicking each other, or like you're fighting over something that's really not that like deep or that intense or that crazy. And when you get into this bickering place, it strikes up a lot of underlying frustration as well. Now, I don't know if it's going down that route where the two of you have other types of frustrations that I'm not going to get into, and it leads into something. That can happen possibly. Maybe you and Simon end up getting together, and when you get together in that way, all the feelings start to come out. If that doesn't end up happening for you, it could just be kind of like this nitpicking energy that turns into flirtatious energy really quickly. And then when the two of you are like, we're flirting with each other, then you start to talk about it. I feel like a conversation comes after that. So Five of Wands, some sort of frustration is really what's going to, bring out, I think, the truth here between you both. Now we do have here a King of Wands coming out here as well. So King of Wands, lots of passion, lots of attraction. I feel like there's going to be some sort of conversation that turns into flirtation. And when it turns into flirtation between the two of you, they're going to be like, okay, well, you're going to be like, not they're going to be like, you're going to be like, okay, it's time to talk about the elephant in the room. So, you might be the first person to address the elephant in the room. Maybe Simon will address it as well. But I think what happens here is flirting transforms into, we need this conversation. There's obviously something going on here. You have this conversation, and then after you have the conversation over here, Ace of Swords, the truth comes out, and Ten of Swords, that's the end of the friendship and the beginning of the romantic relationship. So that's kind of how it looks like it's going to unfold and happen. All right, now let's go ahead and real quick and move into your second question, because I want to go ahead and see that. So for your second question, you were asking, if so, any idea before it could happen, or any idea how long before it would happen. So let's go ahead and see if we can build a little bit of a time frame here of how long until we see this shift showing up. Now, do want to mention, moving in towards the end of March, Pluto is moving into Aquarius. So this is a time for lots of change, all right? So this would make sense with Pluto and Aquarius for you and Simon to move into a romantic relationship, because your relationship overall is changing here, and especially wherever Pluto sits in terms of what planet for you and what house, it definitely can be, it might make a little bit more sense if we were looking into your chart here. So I kind of get that vibe here for you at this time right now, moving more towards the end of March, and Pluto in Aquarius is what's going to last the next 2 decades. So for the next 20 years, Pluto is going to be stationed there. So with that being said, yeah, definitely going to be some changes coming up here. If it doesn't start in March, more than likely can start occurring here in 2023 overall. But let's see what the tarot says here in terms of a time frame. So how long might it potentially be before Simon and Amanda end up moving into a romantic relationship? And we have here the Chariot. Wow. Could be in Cancer season. So this might be coming up here in this June 2023. And we also have here the Seven of Pentacles showing up as well. So it could be June, July. It also could be this spring. So, I'm feeling anywhere right now between the end of March moving into the summer months. I think that that's when we're going to start to see a lot more of your chemistry turning into tension. And it's this tension of, there's a lot of flirtatious energy in the air. You can call it sexual tension if you will, but there's going to be a lot of flirtatious energy showing up between the two of you. A lot of romantic energy that's going to flow after the flirtatious energy gets acknowledged. And it looks to me like that's when you'll start developing this relationship. So over the next few months, you're going to start to see it between you both. And it's going to be like, okay, we have great chemistry. We've known this, but we've been more bold lately. Simon and I have been very flirty. and it's different. Something here feels different. We don't feel like just friends right now. And, the elephant in the room will be addressed. The truth will come out. And then the romantic side will start to come out as well as time progresses in the next couple months. So I feel like anytime between now in March 2023 till June, July 2023, that is when you'll start to see this turn into a romantic relationship. All right, moving on forward here though, for ya, we're going to go ahead and take a look here into the next question. You did say anything else you can tell me about his feelings towards me or the situation, certainly. So let's take a look here real quick and dive a little bit more into Simon and see his feelings towards you at this moment in time. So what information do we have here regarding Simon and his feelings towards Amanda? Let's see what information is showing up here about Simon and his feelings towards Amanda. First card out is going to be the Five of Swords. Taking a look here at the next card, we do have here the High Priestess. And then taking a look here at two more cards, King of Pentacles, hello. And we also have here the Hermit showing up as well. So I'm kind of getting these feelings that I've been seeing, and that's why I'm saying, like, it's that, that song, I just can't fight this feeling anymore, right? I'm hearing that in my head right now, where it's like, he's been resisting for a while. He really has. I feel like he's been resisting for a while. He's trying to be resisting temptation, if you will. He's very attracted to you. I definitely feel like he's checked you out quite a few times and wondered if you saw him check you out, whatever the case may be. I feel like he's very invested, and the issue is he fights himself on it because going back once again, he's like, I don't want to ruin our friendship. Nine of Swords here, Sun card. I want to be happy, and I want to make sure that we remain happy. And then the last thing I would ever want to lose is to lose Amanda. So he's scared of losing you. That's why he hasn't taken, any sort of action on this situation. Now we have here the High Priestess. He's kept his feelings pretty well hidden. I believe he's a Scorpio, right? Let me double check again. He's born in November 1st, 1972. Yeah, he's a Scorpio. Absolutely. So that Scorpionic energy showing up here for you, right? Scorpios can be very secretive. Sorry, that was you. He's born on the 10th. Yeah, he's still a Scorpio though. So that Scorpionic energy can be very well hidden, so he can hide his energy quite well. I think he's been hiding his feelings quite well. I mean, even though the chemistry is there, he's kept it to himself. We also got here a King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is the energy of comfortability. Simon here looks very comfortable with you, I must say. I think that he also feels like he can build a lot of stability with you, especially if a partnership takes place between the two of you. I feel like when he fantasizes and thinks about getting together with you romantically, he could see the two of you having a lot of great income when it comes towards money. Like he could see you guys having a very successful life, a very wealthy kind of life, right? Or a very financially comfortable kind of life, if you will. But King of Pentacles is not always just about money. It's about grounded energy, comfortability. So he can see himself being very comfortable with you. But at the end of the day, with the Hermit showing up here, he's always felt like it was a wiser choice to not make a move and to not really try to explore these feelings he has for you, because the last thing he would want to happen, Ten of Swords, is have the relationship and the friendship between the two of you come to an end. So he's always been in a place where he's held you to very high standards, and he's also held you to very high regards, and he wants to make sure he's not going to ever ruin anything that he has with you, because he really cares about you as a person. I do feel like he has a lot of caring vibrations and energy for you. So Simon here is coming from a place where he loves you and he cares about you, and he doesn't want to put anything in jeopardy at all. Let's expand a little more here on his feelings. I'm going to get two more cards. Let's take a look here more in his romantic feelings for you, because we've seen a lot of attraction, a lot of passion. I want to see a little bit more into his romantic feelings towards you. Then we'll see if anything else comes up about the situation overall. Okay, so taking a look here back into Simon, give me more information regarding his romantic feelings towards Amanda. Give me a little more information regarding Simon's romantic feelings towards Amanda. First card out, we do have here the Tower. Oh yeah, I think when he first caught feelings for you, it was pretty unexpected, okay? The Tower card is like, boom, it's unexpected. We have here the Emperor, so Emperor card showing up. I'm hearing forbidden, like he always felt like it was forbidden to fall in love with a friend or to care of a friend or care towards a friend. It was this energy where he's like, I don't know, like this could never work. This is the past, by the way, this is not now, but maybe he still feels this way now, like maybe it won't work, but this is like when he first noticed he caught feelings for you. He was shocked is what I'm seeing here. Eight of Pentacles, I think he worked pretty hard to suppress those feelings, but at the end of the day, no matter how much he tried to suppress those feelings, Ten of Pentacles, it's like he looks at you and he's like, shit, Amanda, that's a dream life right there. That's a dream girl right right there. And you never know, that could be a dream future showing up between the two of us. So as far as what I'm picking up here for Simon, you know, 10 of Cups, look at that. He really can see a wonderful life with you. When I look into his romantic feelings, I think he really cares for you. Honestly, this is about marriage. It could be kids possibly if the two of you are interested, but you know, whether you want to start a family, whether you want to get married, it's like Simon over here can really see it all with you is the vibe that I'm getting. Look at that. You got a 6 of Pentacles coming out here too. You know, he feels like you and him are always on the same page. You know, you're the bread to his butter, right? So you're the bread to the butter over here. You know, everything's very smooth sailing between the two of you. It's always very easy for both of you to communicate. The both of you always vibe together. Both of you know how to have, you guys know how to have fun together. Okay. So you guys are in a space and time where it's like, we click. We've always clicked, you know, why wouldn't it work? Right? I think that that's more where you're coming from. And then from Simon's point of view, because he overthinks a lot, he's like, well, here's 10,000 reasons why it can't work, you know? And at the end of the day, with Scorpionic energy, sometimes Scorpionic energy can go really dark. So sometimes Simon can think the darkest thoughts first before he starts thinking the more lighter thoughts, the more positive thoughts, right? So I think he's just a little nervous and really concerned, but you know, it's going to unfold organically and naturally. Basically, your situation right now between you both, it's going to unfold really organically, really naturally, and move more into that romantic space, right? It's going to happen once again. Like, I feel like there's going to be like a little nitpicking party, or it's going to be, you know, a little a micro fight between the two of you, and then it's like the both of you just start flirting and you're just like, okay. And then over time, by the way, 4 of Wands came out signifying a relationship, but by the way, it's like the more you're flirting over time, the more you guys are acknowledging, okay, like we're really flirting with each other here, so there's really something here, right? And it's like, it's been unspoken for so long, but it's going to start to be spoken here. And I think the both of you here are going to be very content with your connection and your relationship overall when it does move into a romantic partnership, because it feels like it's just going to work. It's all going to flow here very naturally and unfold here very naturally. And it doesn't feel like it's forced. It doesn't feel like it's rushed. It doesn't feel like the two of you made a mistake. It's like, yeah, this happened organically. And, you know, Simon's like, I can't complain. I'm happy. You can't complain. You're happy. And overall, it looks very good. So with that being said, sorry about that. The 15 minutes is up, okay, but don't worry about it. We're going to chat here for a second. But with that being said, yeah, like between you and Simon, like I think it's going to be a good connection here overall. Now, one thing I want to mention though, right? I always tell people this because things can always change with tarot. It's never set in stone. So this is the current path I'm reading now. We remain on this path. Everything as predicted happens. Now, anything can change, you know? If you get a new boyfriend in the next couple months, you meet somebody new, this could delay the two of you getting together, or it can change the path overall. If Simon gets into a relationship, it can change the path overall. You know, things can certainly change with our free will choices, you know? So one thing I also want to mention too, though, is even though this is what we're seeing now, if you do happen to meet somebody in the next couple months and you and Simon really haven't moved into anything further than friendship, and if you're happy with a new guy and a new guy comes along, he's great, he's amazing, don't push away the new person in hopes to continue to just wait to see for Simon to make a move. You know, I'm that type of person that's always going to say, if it's meant to be, it's going to be. So if you and Simon are meant to be, regardless, it's going to happen for you. You know, no matter how, you'll find your way back to him. You guys will be together. So I wouldn't push away opportunities of love here. Excuse me. I would let it all unfold naturally, moving throughout the next couple of months. But if there's going to be any time here of the two of you coming together, once again, based on prediction, March 2023, June, July 2023, that's when I really feel like most of it will be coming through here for you at this moment in time, okay? But all right, though, with that being said, Amanda, do hope you enjoyed here your personal reading. I really do appreciate you purchasing. I really do hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Maybe I'll see you again at some point in the future. If you'd like to leave a review, you definitely can feel free to. How you can go about doing that is you can head over to the page where you purchased your personal reading. If you scroll down to the bottom, it does say write a review. If you wish to write one, feel free to. However you feel about it, positive, negative, however your experience here was today, honesty is the best policy. Feel free to write whatever you'd like if you wish to do so. If not, absolutely no worries. But Amanda, have a great day. Have a great 2023. Best of luck here to you and Simon. Really would love to see this all work out for you. And yeah, take care and bye.